Hi Criticans and Queens, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. In today's episode, I will show you why I bought the market on Atom. From yesterday's live stream, I bought the market at 11.885. I have my take profit at 14.200. I will show you exactly why I took this trade. When it comes to Bitcoin, we're finally inside the Fibonacci levels that I've been expecting the market to reverse back up to for a long time at 24,500, and we can potentially see us pull back up to 25,800. You can already see that I do have some drawing ons right here, and I'll show you exactly what happened yesterday and what we can learn to next time and what potentially can happen right now on both Bitcoin and on Ethereum. Remember, I am no financial advisor. You need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue looking at this video and I'll show you exactly what I see right now on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and why I bought the market on Atom. The first thing that I want to show you is the Atom trade that I took yesterday from the live stream that we did have, and my take profit is at $14.200. Stop loss at 16.640. I will go through why I took this trade on Atom, but don't forget that you can also receive best bonus available right now on BYBIT up to $4,450 by using the link in the description down below the video. This is also how you are supporting me. So for example, now when I'm going to hold my positions, hopefully for a longer time, to 14.200. While I do have this swing trade, I will have very low fees while I'm holding the position. So that's the good thing, one of the good things when it comes to BYBIT. So claim the best bonus available. You have the link right up here in the corner. So yesterday on Atom, when I bought the market, I did buy the market yesterday at this candlestick. We saw the market came back down and it gave us a retest from the 61.8%. So during this candlestick was active, I actually bought the market. We saw the market came back down and retested the 61.8% one more time before we saw the market then have the momentum back to the upside. Based on this, Fibonacci take profit 1 actually got hit, and that was around 12.80, and take profit 2 is also combined with the higher time frames Fibonacci that we do have at 12.280. If we just zoom out, we can actually see us pull back up to potentially 14.582, also because this is the higher time frames Fibonacci where we can expect the market to reverse back down from. So after this huge movement that we did have yesterday, we had a small pullback. So I bought the market at the small pullback that we did have, and now I do wait for the market to reverse back up to 14.200. So when it comes to Bitcoin, I haven't done anything since we were on the live stream yesterday. So if you go down to the lower time frames, we saw the market gave us a bounce back down to the 50% that we also spoke about, and we did retest that one at 23,550. So during the live stream yesterday, I was speaking about this level. We saw the market came back down, retested it. So we saw the break of the previous resistance that I also spoke about, right? So on yesterday's live stream, I did highlight this level based on this wick that we did have from 29th of July. And that was levels between 23,770 and 23,840. If we go to the lower time frames now, just to understand what actually happened. So we saw the market broke above this level. I did take a Fibonacci from 23,063 back up to the high, okay, because that was the higher high. We broke this downtrend. We broke this pullback. So the Fibonacci came to 24,027. So we came back down, retest 23,555. We saw the market broke above the resistance now again. Remember the resistance that we did speak about on the lower time frames. We can see how the breakout and retest actually was created. So we had a breakout, we had a retest, we broke above the resistance again, saw a retest of the same resistance, and market then reversed to the upside. So what can we learn from this? That all of this was only a fake out. It wasn't actually fake out because we came back down and retested at 50%, but if we would have seen the market continue back down, we would have come back up and retested this previous resistance as a new resistance and then reverse back down. But that didn't happen. We saw the market broke above, saw the retest of the same resistance now, and then we saw the market reverse back to the upside. So the targets that I'm looking for when it comes to Bitcoin right now, we are inside the Fibonacci levels now at 24,500, and I've been talking about 24,500, 25,800 Fibonacci levels for such a long time, and we are actually retesting this level at the moment. So the overall target now, I still believe that we can have a pushback up to 25,800 if we just zoom out to see what's actually happening on the higher time frames chart. We need to follow structure. The structure is to the downside. So this is exactly also combined with, if we drag the trend line based on this first high with the lower high connected with another potential now lower high. This is why I do have these Fibonacci levels at 25.8 and $24.5. So we did have the break of this resistance. We saw the retest as I showed you on the lower time frames, and now we have the momentum to the upside. We can definitely see the market. We just might also see the market break above 23,800 because we can also be drawn to come back up and retest this previous lower low that we also did have, and that can take us back up to 28,200, potentially 28,800 too. So depending on how the market is behaving around these Fibonacci levels now, because I do expect us to reverse back to the downside. But if we would see the continuation back up, we're looking at 28,200 and 28,800 too, and that is also very good combined with the trend line that I showed you on the weekly charts. And usually what happens is that it's always on the third touch that we see the market then have the big momentum again. We had the first connection, the second connection, the third touch is usually the one when you see the market just retest, and then you see, in this case, it will be the drop. So if we're basing up this Fibonacci level, the next target that we can pull back down to now, if this is the case, as I said, this is something that I've been talking about for a long time, but we can pull back down to 16,700, potentially 11,300 too, for Bitcoin to pull back down to create another lower low, because the last lower low was around 18,600. After this, we have to wait and see if this will be the support, and then slowly instead to see the market potentially consolidate before we reverse to the upside, or if, I mean, I don't know if we see market going down a little bit lower, but based on this Fibonacci, it is very accurate if this would happen. But let's focus on what's happening on the lower time frames now. We're gonna focus on the targets right here first of all, and not focusing on what's happening around $11,000, because that's not where we at the moment. So we saw the market now, we are inside Fibonacci levels, and we can have the momentum continuing to 25,800 first of all. This is the levels that I'm looking at on the lower time frames. I don't have anything at the moment. I would want the market to give me a little bit more of structure. We saw the market came back down one more time and retested these Fibonacci levels that we did have at 24,300. Second touch market then break up to the upside. Take profit one just got hit while we're talking at 24,730. And yeah, so we are inside the Fibonacci levels now, and what I'm just waiting for the market to do is obviously to reverse back down to see where we could potentially retest for me to find another long position on Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum now, what we're gonna do is that we will drag a Fibonacci from 3,530 back down to the low at 1,060, and now we're looking at Fibonacci levels 2,284 and 2,300. If you connect the dots with the trend line, it looks something like this, and that is really good combined with the targets that, or the first high with the lower high, and now potentially we can see the next lower high being created around these levels connected with the trend line, and that could be the next drop. So the next drop can take us back down to, based on this Fibonacci now, $500, and that will also be where we break the previous lower low, create another lower low. But first we need to look at the lower time frames, and we can obviously continue to see the momentum that we have to the upside. We're using a support trend line at the moment. We just might see the market with, while we can break it, of course, and then we need to correct the trend line with the next higher low potentially. Everything depends on how the market is behaving, but we can see how the market is still creating a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and now the market is potentially creating, we are creating another higher high, and with that we need to let the market give us another higher low for me to be able to buy the market, and then buy the market to the Fibonacci level based on the weekly chart. So we can go down to the lower time frames again. As I said, another thing, we're just connecting the dots from we take Fibonacci from low 1590 back up to the high at 1788. Market came back down exactly, retested Fibonacci levels 1665. We saw the market take profit 1, take profit 2 is almost about to get hit. So by looking at the 4-hourly chart, I still need to wait for the market now to reverse back to the downside, because the market is, as I said, creating a higher high, and I never buy the market at a higher high. I always buy the market at a higher low. Thank you so much, guys, for looking at this video together with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you know when I am live later today in a couple of hours, because at that point we just might see the market have reversed a little bit. If you are in any positions, please write in the comments below, did you take a long, on what pair, and why. It's always fun to see what other people are doing, and don't be afraid if your stop loss get hit. It's totally fine. This is where the lesson comes in. What did I do wrong? Can I do it right next time? Of course you can. Never stop, give up, never do that, okay? Until we see each other again, I hope everyone will have a fantastic day. Mwah, from Sweden.